Hello, everyone. Matt Malatesta, Matthew Ogle. This is VYPE's Sixth Rotation, the Volleyball podcast for the city of Houston. All right, man, Houston is loaded with really good teams that are going to go deep in the postseason. We're going to talk about a couple that are kind of on the come up. But of course, you lead off. You got Stratford, the number one team in the city of Houston. You got Grand Oaks at one state. You got the Woodlands that's really playing well. Fulshere's playing well.
Don't sleep on Pearland.
Pearland for sure. Pearland, we did sleep on them early. Maybe we did early, but now we fully embraced the Pearland Oilers. Okay, so Ridgepoint. Ridgepoint is a team that is loaded with talent. D1 kids. Give the people the breakdown on the Panthers and what do you think they're good at? What is their ceiling?
Well, based off of what I've seen so far, Ridgepoint, under the direction of Coach Luis Kreit, y'all are undefeated throughout the first half of district, which is what we've come to expect from the Panthers. However, they've been able to contend with some of the best of them, particularly in the earlier tournament season. They took down Bridgeland, they took Fulshere out. They actually split games with Fulshere throughout this season. So they've been able to compete at that high level, which, like we said, it's come to be the norm. They are extremely balanced, which I think is a distinction that not many have. Obviously, you got Kennedy Rogers, who's an SMU commit. You got Jaden Robinson, who's a Nebraska commit. They got Madeline Johnson and then Madison Flores. So many other of these pieces that are spread very evenly gives them, I think, an extremely high ceiling, as you mentioned. I would say they can at least go 3 or 4 rounds deep into the playoffs. A real test is going to be after they finish with this district schedule. They're going to be playing the Woodlands in the final game of the regular season. I think that's going to be a real indicator of how far they can truly go.
Jaden Robinson is that girl. She's going to be the future of Houston high school volleyball. She's committed to Nebraska, but she's super athletic and long, and she's young too. So she's going to be here for.
She's a junior this year.
Yeah, so we'll catch her next year as well. But man, she is a star, and I think she's the difference maker for Ridgepoint if they're going to go deep in the postseason.
Gives them the extra oomph.
Yes, Ogle. All right, so hey, who else we like?
From one state competitor to another, let's go to Tompkins. Everyone talks about Cinco Ranch, and rightfully so. State finalist last year. Some people have been sleeping, and they forget about who was the state finalist the year prior, and that was Tompkins. They compete in another extremely difficult district. They've taken out 7 lakes, have to play Cinco twice a year. But earlier on in August, they were taking down Pearland, Bridgeland, Ridgepoint, and Dawson. Really top-tier teams that they're able to give a run for their money. So I think with all the talent that's on that roster, particularly Brooklyn Merrill, who everybody knows you're a star libero, probably the best libero in Houston, maybe the state of Texas. But you also have this freshman girl, and her name's Ella St. Rose, leads the team in kills. But what's really going to be the indicator is how well they can finish off this season. They did drop one against Katie Taylor, who we talked about last week. But if they can keep defeating these good teams like that, they are going to be playing an exhibition match against Friendswood this week, which another 5A top-tier class competitor. Really going to be a crucial indicator, I think, about how well it's going to perform later on whenever the postseason rolls around.
Let's go south. Anybody in the south that you're kind of could be sneaky?
Well, I did mention Clear Springs and our playmakers this week for UTMB. Kaylee Young, you're doing phenomenal for that team. But we talked about Dickinson a little bit earlier this year. They just took them down. They defeated Deer Park, defeated Clear Creek, who we all know can be a really scrappy group. But once they get the second half of this district taken care of, I think they have the potential to at least make it to the area, perhaps a regional round. But they've been underestimated this year, so who knows, they might be one to fear in that Region 3 area. other names to remember. Her name's Jalissa Lamboy, another one of those offensive weapons, as well as Liana Kearns and Taylor Tolleson. Those are some of the names that kind of fly under the radar. However, this team, I don't think they're going to be underestimated much longer.
Big news. Cash, did you get all that? Perfect. All right, so how about this commitment? Big commitment in the city of Houston. Nadia Shelby from Friendswood goes to where? The Florida Gators. Huge, because last year, one of Houston's top players in Jayla Augusta, she went to Florida. What is going on at Florida? DJ Lagway's at Florida. Mira O'Neal is at Florida.
Brown.
Ava Brown's at Florida. What in the heck is going on? Cheddar. They're paying people, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing now. But anyways, Nadia Shelby can ball. I think she can dunk on a 10-foot. I ain't gonna lie. She can fly. Again, brother played in the NFL. Other brother plays at USC. The sky's the limit for her. She's a great kid and super athletic. So that's a big commitment. But it's kind of cool to see where these kids going, and it's getting about that time where kids are starting to really get in that commitment mode. Of course, they do it during the summer when club is going on. But she is a superstar and will be a VYPE cover girl next year and is going to Florida. There she is. She's already been a cover girl.
These two girls right here are she's gonna have that same color scheme next year.
See how smart we are? That was last year's when she was a sophomore.
That's VYPE intuition for you.
Boom. Say it again.
Also, for those people in Florida, wishing you all the best of luck whenever you get in recovery for Hurricane Helene. I know is it Melvin is the next one?
Melvin's coming.
So, wishing the best for those kids and those families that are living there.
Maybe it's Milton. Is it Melvin? I don't know.
Who knows?
We're going to find out soon. Yeah. All right, go. So, hey, get out to some volleyball games because it's getting down to the nitty-gritty right here. And then once you get into playoffs, that happens so fast. And just taking a look at some of the playoff powers. Region 3 is loaded, bro. Stratford, Cinco, Pearland, Fulshire.
Is Ridge Point in that as well?
Ridge Point. All of those teams are in Region 3, 6A. That's going to be wild. Of course, you've got Woodlands and Grand Oaks. They go, and Bridgeland, they go to Region 2. But, man, it's going to be a bloodbath come playoff time. 5A is, I don't know. 5A is some. What about private schools? Anybody?
Well,
who's balling in private schools?
We talked so much about LSA and
Lutheran South Academy for the people that don't know.
They deserve it. FBCA, they've gone through.
Who's the star on LSA?
LSA, Kira Musgrove.
Committed to?
Texas A&M.
I'm just quizzing you, dog. I'm just on. Does she have an older sister or a younger sister?
She has a younger sister.
Can she ball?
She's doing very dang well.
Boom. Just saying. Private school ball. Who else?
Okay, so one team that hasn't really gotten enough love, I think, is St. John's School. So they're another SPC title contender. You got Episcopal there as well. Houston Christian can sometimes ball. But I think the fact that they have been playing some TAP schools and even some public schools that they've defeated Concordia Lutheran, they've defeated FBCA, lost in a 5-set thriller against Lutheran South. So they have the power to, I think, really go far in the SPC, which, of course, there's not as many teams. However, that doesn't mean there's any lack of quality. Daniela Lang, she's one of those really great players that I think elevates that group. She's a 6-rotation player, is able to move all over the court. So I'm really excited to see what the Mavs can do once their postseason starts this upcoming. I think it's in November as well.
Okay. Matt Malatesta, Matthew Ogle, the 6th rotation. Also, I want to remind you, check out VYPE's 360 on Concordia Lutheran's program. Coach Kim Odinga, really cool story, good vibe of that program, but we gotta go into that program and check out what the Crusaders are all about. Like, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on all of our social media platforms. Tons of volleyball coverage. No one does it better than Matt Malatesta Matthew Ogle, Jackson DePasquale, Bradley Collier, Alex Henson.
And
and Cash Cam. He don't give a about no goddamn volleyball. All right, this is Matt with Mike. See you at the games.